Suddenly, I felt my strength leaving me. My vision darkened, my consciousness began to float away somewhere. I was lying in silence, and only the sound of Masha's breath could be heard. Not the grasshoppers chirping, like all of them had died at last, but only Masha's steady breathing and her smile. Welcome back, people. Yes, as you guys can see, this is still going on. I have no idea where the ending is, though. It's been going on, as you guys can see here. With this whole murder and everything. I struggled to open my eyes. Bright moonlight reflected on the water, cheerfully skipping on the waves. A light night breeze was blowing in somewhere far away, and I was hooting. I looked at Masha, who peacefully slept nearby, covered by my shirt. What a dream. My mobile phone dimly showed the time, 3 a.m. You better go to bed, or tomorrow Olivia will make us. I just decided to wake Masha up, but I suddenly noticed an open script and a pen next to it. Okay. Quickly went through several pages of the report. It was completely identical to what happened in my dream. Really? So somehow you wrote something every time you had a dream. This thing came to reality. I don't know. Fire rose in my throat and my eyes darkened. Masha rolled over, opened her eyes, and looked at me. Well, that's one sight I wouldn't really mind opening my eyes to. You awake? Did you write this? I asked, thick-tongued. Yes. What's wrong? But then again, you guys know if you hear this music, we could be coming to it at some point. I don't know, because it's been a while since we heard this music. I didn't know how to answer. I just couldn't understand what was going on. You were sleeping so cutely that I didn't want to wake you, and the grasshoppers were chirping so loudly. So I... She smiled. So you wrote a horrible dream, is that what it is? Wait, but we are here now. I mean, we're not pioneers. We are filming here and all that kind of stuff, aren't we? What stuff? Wait a minute. Did you guys just make a porn together? Never mind. I don't know why I just thought that. It's like, we're doing here and all that kind of stuff. Because that's the way this sounds, you know, all that stuff. What stuff? Fill in the blank, right? Because, I mean, explain this, why she don't have her shirt on, you know? Not that it would really make a difference. You're at the beach here, but it is at night. I don't know too many people that go swimming at night. Some do, but I'm pretty sure they weren't doing any swimming. I don't know. Catch my drift, you know. Yes, of course we are. Masha looked at me uncomprehendingly. Maybe I woke up, read what she wrote, and then fell asleep again. You're drenched with sweat. She fumbled in the pockets of the pioneer uniform lying next to her and gave me a handkerchief. And this guy still doesn't understand he's in this world. Is that it? I don't know. A typical Russian handkerchief embroidered with colorful flowers. I took it and suddenly felt a surge of warmth. The same warmth you feel when someone dear to your heart gives you a present. Shall we go? Masha started getting dressed. Yes, let's go. I barely stood up and went down to the river. Cold water revived me and that dream stopped seeming so real. After all, it was just a dream, wasn't it? Not in this world, it ain't. Just the way you said that, huh? On our way back, Masha held my hand and chatted about everything nonstop. So this is the second time they did something together, and we didn't get to see shit. All the other routes that I've seen so far, there's only been at least one of those scenes that were off screen most of the time. This one was 2 scenes. Not really sure how they arrived at this point, but oh well. Not really gonna complain. It's just that the plot was going one way, and all of a sudden, well, we're we're interjecting this kind of plot right now. Oh, so this plot has bearing of what's going on here with all this stuff going on, right? Yeah, we needed to shake things up a little bit. You guys were getting a little bit scared, depressed over there, trying to figure out what's going on at this place. Everybody's dying. So we had to throw something in there. Oh, so you give us a sex scene. That's your idea, giving us some taking our mind off the plot is I don't know. Just something that came to mind. We came to the square. They do say, sex is a distracting motivator sometimes, where like because if something's going on, you're less likely to pay attention to anything else if that's going on, right? I don't know. I guess it depends, I hope those creatures will let me sleep at least tonight. Come on, phone. Jeez. Yeah. She said thoughtfully. Who? The grasshoppers. Jeez. Yes, that'd be great. Well, I'll go. She looked at me keenly, turned around, and was about to leave. Wait. Oh. I grabbed her hand, pulled her towards me, and kissed her hard. Well, I don't think we've actually gotten an on-screen kiss with her yet, so that's kind of interesting. I'll take it though. Or maybe there was, and maybe I don't remember it. So I took breaks in between, as you guys kind of see there, a little bit. But I'm still here. It's just even if I may take a little longer than some of you guys might like, just be patient. You'll get part of the episodes that'll come, as like always. But I play other games, as you guys see on the channel, so yeah. Because sometimes a dream is just a dream, and reality is reality. Don't tell me that this was the ending, because I'm going to be a little bit disappointed if it was. Every story has its beginning and its end, and it does sound like it's coming to an end here. Every story has its own outline, synopsis, contents, key points, a prologue, and an epilogue. There is no book which, if you read it again, would not reveal new details you didn't notice before. Every story has its beginning and its end. Almost every. I think it was. Let me see. Yes, it was. Well, I did not expect that kind of ending. Not really sure what to think of that. The plot didn't really solve itself because, like, I don't know. You had all these people supposedly dead. The culprit was never revealed. Unless if it did turn out that it was Lena, but that seems, I don't know, something about that just didn't seem right. Let's just make Lena the culprit here. I'm going to assume that it was just her, Miku here, though, and she just never got caught. Maybe the whole time, like, she had him under a spell, and he never could figure out what if the idea of him calling himself me, because as I said, this whole thing didn't really get explained. Well, this is a little bit of a shorter part than I would have imagined. But since it kind of came to an abrupt end here, obviously I'll have to do some talking and thinking about what I thought of this route. I still like Miku, but I will say for the route itself, though, I can't quite put this one up there for Slavia, though. Slavia's is still right now, unless somebody can see what Lena is about. I've already seen her bad ending, so most of you guys already know I don't need to see that. But I need to see the other part of the route to judge it, as well as her good ending, and to just kind of go from there. So let me see though, because like I said, that was kind of an interesting way of ending that. Let me see if there's anything else. I'm pretty sure there ain't. Yeah, there isn't. Wow. Wow. Well, it's the first time you've seen her on the screen, isn't it? It's gonna. Do you really want to quit the game? Well, I'm not really quitting the game. I jumping out of a route here. I wanted to see something real quick, and it probably brought me back to the last save point that I was at. But in case some of y'all didn't know or new to this, yes, this is Eula. You can see why they made this character like you had to do everything before you get her. I mean, literally, you got to literally do everything to get this character. Um, I'm not talking about the harem route. I'm just talking about her route in general. Like, you can't even do her route until you get everybody's good ending beat. Like, you have to literally do that to get this character. Not really sure why they designed it that way, but maybe it's kind of because you figure the way she looks, you're going to want to be curious about, okay, what's this character all about, right? I don't know. Oh, whoop. Let me go back into the damn game. I didn't mean to come out of the game. Jeez. uh, Look at that, Russian. Like I said, this game, there's certain points of it that wasn't properly translated, but this is what it looks like on my screen when I'm coming into the game. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. And look, if you read this, not that I'm going to go slow with it, it'll tell you that all these heroines are of 18 years old and have confirmed their consent of participating in this game in written form. Okay, but that may be the case, but the characters in the game were not 18 because there is an all ages version like I have here. I don't know because you don't get to see any of that stuff. I don't. You guys saw that, right? I don't know. Let's take a look at the gallery here, see what we have. Alright, where is... Okay. Now, in my version, I threw in a quick little shot of her butt because in this version, you don't see that, which is interesting. But that's one of the first pictures I think you get of her. What else we have? I'm getting quite a bit of all the CGs though, so because doing a lot of backtracking, you're gonna get a lot of them. So Miku is actually one of the last ones we have here. So there's one. There's one there. You saw that one. I'm missing some CG somewhere, but I'm guessing it's probably from Lena and Eula. And probably ones of Semyon himself, because Semyon has his own route too. But that one I'm doing off screen. I'm not even... Well, at least I got all these. So, there's that creepy as shit, image again. At least this time, I don't have to put something creepy up here this time, so that's pretty cool. Well, okay, so let's go back. Well, obviously, since I'm going to be doing Lena next anyway, might as well get her started and get it out of the way. But, that's the thing about it, though. Like, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more with her route. I mean, it's not bad. The good parts about the route, what I would say, is it was definitely different, and that I could appreciate. But at the same time, though, it did feel a little bit detracted from the main game, from what's going on here. Because, like, okay, like, you're going to introduce this girl's, like, how different is it really going to be from what's going on with this BN, right? It's like, well, they did do something with that, and that part there you kind of have to give them credit for. But at certain points, though, like, they kind of automatically put them in a relationship, and I would have liked for a little bit of build towards that, though. Because other than, when you meet Miku in the beginning, though, they really didn't show how these two got together. All of a sudden, like, you go on to day 4 when you're searching for Shirk, and then he goes alone, right? You would figure, okay, maybe Miku might show up somewhere. No, that doesn't happen. All of a sudden, you get it like forwards itself to like the next day or whatever it was. The Shirk thing never got solved, and then he forgot who he was completely. Like, they started calling him B, and he said his name Semyon. They only showed the name a couple of times after that point, and I wondered where it was kind of going. Like, there's times where I got a little confused of what was going on here, but I kept reading through it to try to see if I could make sense of it. Because that's what happens a lot of times. You go through something like that. I don't know. It was kind of interesting. Uh, and in the relationship itself with Miku, I couldn't quite get into it as much as the others because, like, usually, like, to get into a relationship you need a little bit of a build towards it, right? With these two, it's more like, okay, I have to imagine what kind of relationship they had, where in the beginning it seemed like, you guys know, Semyon didn't want nothing to do with this girl. So is this why he didn't want it? Is it like early on? Does he get some kind of premonition where, like, something about her is just off? I can't be around this girl. Like, something bad will happen to me. Is that what it is? I mean, I don't know. You guys, now that the route is over, those of you that know it, you guys could tell me, like, what's going on here? What happened with Semyon and all this stuff? Because was Miku the culprit the whole time? It's kind of what I still wonder, but they put the face on Lena a few times, and they showed a different person. But I always say that could have easily been somebody just uh, possessing her or imitating her. I have no idea. But they used her, and I don't know. Whenever Miku was around, she was mostly with them to make it seem like she had nothing to do with that. But man, I was kind of hoping for at least some kind of conclusion because most people would say that Miku is the one that's trying to get rid of all these girls. If that's the case, you need to show me that's the case because I didn't see Miku revealed here, or Masha, I should say. Masha did not get revealed as the culprit here. Unless if the game is telling you, what, you know what, you have to read between the lines of who the killer actually is. But since I couldn't figure that out, like maybe there was some hints, but there really wasn't because, like, Miku didn't really act suspicious. She didn't do any, because usually if you're gonna make somebody the culprit, even if you don't want to give it away too much, there's usually some type of clues that they try to give you with the person. They didn't really do that. It's like, and even that part itself, like, while I enjoyed it, like, it did feel a little bit different, as I said, like, did feel like it belonged in this game. It just felt kind of different. But maybe once I see Eula's route, maybe that might make me change my mind a little bit about it. So right now, I would say, so far, Slavia's route is still number one for me in terms of, like, the way it just built and kind of how it went. Now, Miku's route is better in terms of how the route kind of went about, as opposed to, like, okay, your typical romance, which there's nothing wrong with that either. But I kind of, when I set out to kind of originally do this VN originally, that's kind of what I was looking for. I just wanted something kind of simple. But with VNs, they're never really that simple, right? There's always something with them. They're never quite as simple as you kind of make them out to be sometimes, which I'm aware of. But, overall though, I would say good route. I just wouldn't really call it, I wouldn't say it's the best one in here, at least to me anyway. But some of you guys might disagree. Who was it? Silver also liked Miku's route. And another person liked Miku as well. But there is some others, that, like I said, a lot of people would say Eula's got the best route though, but I still need to see hers because she's the only one, bad ending or not, that I haven't seen. Eula's route, not Eula, but Lena's route, I didn't see all of hers. I mentioned that previously. I've only seen her bad ending. how I saw that originally, like I said, I got spoiled on it. Because I was checking out some stuff about it, and then I ended up stumbling across a video I didn't really mean to do. And the first thing I saw was, how it was kind of going. And normally, you know what, you should just exit out of the video. But by that point, the first thing I saw just kind of spoiled me. So I just kind of, I was like, all right, well, I kind of clicked in here. Maybe I shouldn't have. And I just stayed and watched the remainder of it, which I wish I could get that 15 minutes back, because it's like you get scarred after that point. I don't know. So other than that, I would definitely say it's definitely a better route than Alyssa and who is it? Ilyana's, though. In terms of that, there was definitely more here. But even their routes, they had a better build in terms of the relationship. Um, I think what they were trying to do with this route, more or less, is like, I don't know, maybe they wanted it to be a little bit different. And if that was the case, I guess that's nothing wrong with that. I guess I don't know, but the other ones had things that are going on it too. But usually Semyon was still Semyon. But I don't know. It's like maybe because the camp was already kind of suspicious at the get go, and how he got there. So maybe him going alone was probably a bad idea, and maybe coming out on the other end of it probably changed so many things around. So in some ways, it does kind of make sense how they kind of went about it. Um, I was just kind of hoping that the plot would at least come back at some point to kind of address Semyon. It's like maybe he kind of figures out, okay, you know what? This is me who I've been all along. Because he forgot he was a pioneer. And Masha, right? They forgot they were in this camp. But yet they keep picking up their uniforms and looking at them on several occasions. And I'm like, that's a pioneer uniform. Like, how do you not see that that's what that is? Like, so something obviously caused him to not remember who he was. Or where he's at, even, So it's like, he just is just there. Like, because the idea that them calling him me, that was it the whole time, from that point on. So once his name became that, the game, the whole game became something else, So, like I said, like it had a nice little roller coaster to it, and that parts of it I would say I kind of enjoyed about it more than the others. But in terms of like the relationship and stuff like that, I still would say the best one right now for me in terms of of a build is definitely Slavia. Now I need to see Lena's build up overall to see where that falls, because she's one of the four main girls. Miku's more of a bonus than anything else, but still it has a round in general. And she besides Eula is one of the main ones I wanted to see in this game, but you have to beat everybody's route to get to them. So, although with Miku, like, you only need one good ending, you have to beat one person's good ending to do hers. Which I didn't realize you could beat Semyon's to do that with. Which, if I would have known that, maybe I would have gotten Miku's out of the way early on, and maybe it would probably be a little bit less confusing. I have no idea, but pretty good route, so Lena would be next, so stay tuned, guys. So other than that, that's pretty much all I have for this one.